Hi there. So today we're having some Genmaicha, which I've talked about before, that I get from the Tokyo market here that's in town. And I wanted to come on because today I have been following the saga of Villavi again. And it looks like they are sailing. I'm so excited for all of them. And yesterday I had mentioned that there are two channels that I watch. So Midlife Cruising, and then the other one is Living Life on a Cruise. And I really like them too. They seem to be waiting a little bit longer to post. I think they're nervous about posting things before they're really sure. Midlife Cruising's been doing a lot more live videos because I think they're excited and they want to give updates, and I appreciate that, but it means that sometimes they've jumped the gun. I think yesterday I said, oh, it looks like they're leaving tonight, but they didn't leave until probably a couple of hours ago. And so that it was like midday on Thursday, their time, that they actually left. And they are not going to, they were going to go to Brest, France, but it looks like they are going from Belfast to Scotland. So it's about a 4-hour cruise. And I think they need to stock up on things. I don't think they expected to be sitting in port for another day the way that they did. So they're going to go stock up, but they're moving. And I'm very excited for them. And yeah, I've been following that. So this morning I had a vanilla black tea from Dominion Tea. I then did my little cinnamon roll pu'er coffee concoction. So I make a dirty chai, but I make it with cinnamon roll pu'er because I don't really love chai, and part of what I don't love in chai is ginger. I love ginger. I put ginger in a lot of food, but for some reason I don't love it in tea. So I have a cinnamon roll pu'er from Dominion Tea, another Dominion Tea, and I will do half coffee, this very strong coffee that my husband makes, a quarter. And actually I did a little bit more of the pu'er, and then either somewhere between kind of a tablespoon to a quarter of some plant-based milk. Usually I use oat milk. I like Minor Figures oat milk, but I didn't have any today. I'm waiting for, I do Misfit Foods or Imperfect Foods. They used to be Imperfect, now they're Misfit. And I have that delivered on Thursdays. So today is Thursday. I'm expecting a box sometime today, and that'll have my Misfit. That'll have my Hidden Figures. Sorry, not Hidden Figures. Minor Figures oat milk in it. We like that. It doesn't have a bunch of extra garbage in it, which some of the plant-based milks do. But today I had the Silk coconut and almond milk. I like that for cooking when I need coconut milk and I don't want to use the canned stuff. So I will use that. I used it to make rice the other day, to make some coconut rice. So I had that. Then I had the rest of the cinnamon roll pu'er by itself. And now I'm having a Genmaicha to kind of wind down for my caffeine for the day. This will probably be the last caffeinated tea. It's about 12:30 here. I have a couple more sessions this afternoon. I will probably do this as my last caffeinated beverage, maybe another green, but probably not. And then I will switch to decaf so it doesn't mess with my sleep. So I got a question about what I do for a living. I'm actually going to make some videos on what I do for a living and how I got to do what I do for a living, if people are interested. So I am a social worker. My title is a licensed clinical social worker in the state where I'm in now, in the state where I got originally licensed. I was a licensed independent clinical social worker, but they don't have that here. So I work as an online therapist. So I technically have a private practice because even though I work for various companies who send me clients, I am an independent contractor. So I do not get benefits. I get paid as an independent contractor, so it's technically my private practice. It's interesting because I've just been an independent contractor for so long. I actually took a break from social work for a while I had my son, and I worked for a mystery shopping company. I had done some mystery shopping for them in the past, and when I was looking for a work from home job, I knew that they had work from home jobs. So I actually started working for them in kind of every capacity. I did editing, I did sales, I did scheduling, I did kind of everything at various times while I worked there. And I used to actually, because I don't live far from DC, I used to go to DC and lobby on independent contractor law for them, because with mystery shoppers, if you had to make every mystery shopper who goes and does, 1 or 2 shops a month, if you had to make them an employee, the model could not exist. So I am well aware that there are some real abusers of independent contractors. I'm not going to go into details about them, but there are some professions, there are some companies that really, really take advantage of independent contractors, and so I am not naive about that. But there are also some careers where the independent contractor model works really well. And actually, as a social worker who works part-time, working as an independent contractor, it means I get to set my schedule, I get to work part-time. I don't have to take any client that I don't want to take. That is one big part about independent contractors, is you cannot tell an independent contractor the work they have to do. They have to have the option to choose that work or not choose that work to a certain extent. So it's very nice for me when I'm busy, when I have a busy time of year, I can take fewer clients. I tend to not take more than 4 clients a day, again, because I work part-time and I have that option, and it's a good balance for me emotionally. When you start taking, and I have had jobs where I've taken 6 or 7 clients a day and then had like an hour for paperwork. It's just emotionally exhausting. There are people who can do it and are great at it. More power to them. I admire them. I am not one of them. I feel like I can't give to my clients the way I would like to if I work like that. It also means that it's not the most lucrative work in the world, because you just can't work. I cannot work personally an 8-hour day of counseling. Again, I have in the past when I was younger, but even then I rarely did. It wasn't like 7 7-hour-long sessions in a day. It was usually closer to 4 or 5 sessions in a day. And you only get paid as an independent contractor for the hours that you are seeing clients. You don't get paid for the time you're taking doing paperwork. You don't get paid for any of the other outside things you may do. And so, there are people who really complain about the pay for that reason. It works out okay for me right now. And there are different agencies that pay a lot different. Again, online therapy can really run the gamut in what they pay. And I started off at a company that paid very, very little, and I've kind of moved more to another company that pays more than double what that other company pays for a session. So, and there are other companies that pay better than that as well. But that is what I do for work. It's why I feel like I can probably work into my 70s, because I'm here in my office right now. I have a standing desk, but even when I'm sick, I can sit in bed and do my sessions and take a nap and then do a few more sessions. And so it's very flexible in that way. And I also don't have to work even as much as I'm working right now down the road when I have Social Security coming in and things like that. So that is what I do for a living. And yeah, it's interesting to have been an independent contractor for this long. But again, it wasn't, I left business because of, at that point, this was shortly before COVID, finally doing online counseling became kind of legitimate. For a while there, it was, you had to find all of your own clients. I wasn't really comfortable with how HIPAA protected. For those of you who know about HIPAA, it's your health information protection. I wasn't feeling really comfortable with the way that was handled. So by the time my son was getting older, that had become legitimate, which was very lucky because I switched over into doing online counseling again right before COVID hit, like a year and a half before COVID hit or so. And it would have been very, very difficult to work in the mystery shopping world during COVID. I know people did, and I know the company I worked for stayed alive. But I think it would have felt very uncomfortable being a scheduler trying to send people into restaurants and hotels when it may not have really been safe for them. So that is what I do. This is my tea for the day. I'll probably switch to decaf after this. I'm very excited for Villa V, and I'm trying to keep up with Vlogtober as much as I can. I've been doing shorts every day on my Jessica Cross ASMR channel, and then as much as I can, I will try to do a daily update on here. And I hope you're all doing well, and I hope you're having your own little exciting issue that you're following up with. If you don't, Villa V is kind of a fun one. So check that out on YouTube, and hopefully I'll talk to you again tomorrow. All right.